Girls, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to the True Feminine Show. If you do not know or you're new around here, my name is Rachel, and I talk all things dating, relationship, masculine and feminine energy, the psychology of men, and doing the inner work. So I'm really excited and pumped that you are here with us today. Now, today's topic is all about how do we get a man wrapped around your finger. Let's face it, that's what we desire. We desire to get men or a certain man or just men in general wrapped around our fingers, right? It feels nice. It feels delightful. It feels amazing when a guy totally is doting and wants to just serve and help and give to us. But there is a part that we play because we have the ability to draw a man in. And we also, at the same time, have an ability to push a man away. And so I want to give you a couple things that you can begin to do and keep in top of mind that will help you to be successful and being the one woman a man just can't live without. So let's dive right in. Number one, the biggest thing you need to understand about men is something that they deeply crave. It's something that they love. They crave a lot of things when we're talking about the psychology of men, but this one in particular is one of those things that really attracts a man and wants him to be in your presence. And that is appreciation. Now, this might sound like, Rachel, appreciation, come on. I already know that sounds so basic or whatever, but the reality is that I am not convinced that all women are doing appreciation well or doing it right. And so I want to help you understand this a little bit more. Why and how, why does this really light a man up? Why does this turn him on? Why does this make him want to come towards you more? The best thing that you can do for your dynamic with a man is to show and express appreciation to him all the time for anything and everything he does. And when a man puts any effort in, even if that effort that he put in is not something that you really love or you're super jazzed about, acknowledging and showing gratitude towards what he did for you or what he gave to you. When I was dating my husband, and even to this day, I was really good at this. I was really intentional about telling him thank you for things, but not just thanks, that was great, I really liked it, but really pausing and looking in a man's eyes and holding a gaze for a second, maybe even getting bashful, allowing your body to feel bashful that he served you, that he did something for you, will light a man up. So example, thank you. That made me feel so good when you did that. You always have a way of just knowing how to help me. And I just love it. I love when you do things like that for me. When you say that, when you do that, a man is like, whoa, I had an effect on her. I was able to win with her. I was able to conquer something, to accomplish something. I love doing this and I just want to do more and more and more. By the way, I want to say something. You can use this in all facets of life. You can use it if you have brothers. You can use it with little boys. Use it with men everywhere because it is super important that you are practicing the art of being grateful towards the masculine and the masculine energy. When you become better at that, you will see a huge shift in the men who are doing things or wanting to do things. Here's the kicker. Remember to try to be as genuine as possible because everyone can feel when something is disingenuine. So this is why you want to cultivate an attitude of gratitude, not to be cheesy, but I do want to say that. So here's the thing. I have done this really well with my husband and I've done it not so great with my husband before. And one of those ways in which that I wasn't so great at this with my husband knows I love Hawaii. And for Christmas, he bought me a plane ticket to Hawaii. But when I got that, I was like, oh my gosh, yay, it's Hawaii. I'm so excited. And then I saw what island it was. And he got me this trip to the Big Island in Hawaii. I was like, oh, the Big Island? Oh, I kind of wanted to go to Kauai or something like that. So I totally squashed everything. He even got a hotel for us. And I was like, I'd rather stay in an Airbnb. I don't want to do that. And he was totally down and out about that. And he was very discouraged from that experience. to the point where it's still to this day, you know what he told me? You know, he tells me, he's like, you know, Rachel, I'm scarred from buying you like a ticket to Hawaii again because of how that experience went down. How you wanted to change the entire trip and how like everything that I planned you wanted to change and you didn't like. He literally says, I'm traumatized from that. And my husband and I speak very candidly and openly towards each other. And I was like, wow. And he's very serious about that. And he also has mentioned to me before, when a man gives something to you, or like if my husband gives something to me and I'm not receiving that with joy, it scares him from wanting to try to give me something again. So I hope that that does something to you. This is why it's super important for us to, which is really my second point, to never shame or criticize a man or bring judgment. When we shame, criticize, or judge a man, we are literally completely pushing him away, making him go back into his cave. Like he wants to curl away. And here's the kicker, ladies, that we do this so subtly. We do it in the most subtle ways. For example, my trip to Hawaii that my husband bought me, it wasn't that I was like, you did a terrible job. I don't like that island you picked. You suck at picking islands, right? I didn't say any of that. But because I showed just discontent about it, because I kind of started to complain about it and say I wanted to go to a different island and all of these things, that put my husband into a shame, like, you're not good enough. You didn't do good. You are not measuring up. You don't know how to please me, the woman, the feminine. And all of those things start to take place in a man, which makes him not want to try to give again. So this can play out in the dating realm in so many ways. One example where this can play out is where a man texts you, he's texting you a little bit and then he kind of disappears. You don't hear from him for a few days. And then he reaches out and texts you again. And you say something along the lines of, oh, well, you know what? I haven't really heard from you. Like, so are you interested in me or not? Or why don't you text that much? Or this isn't going to work for me. When you instantly like come at him like that, then he is like, whoa, okay, like, wow, she's already attacking me and we're not even in a relationship yet. Now, a better way to approach a man in that scenario, that type of texting scenario, is just to say, oh, hi, so nice to hear from you. And just collect your data. You observe, oh, okay, so he takes gaps in between texting. That's one time that's happened. Let me see if it happens again. If it happens again and he still wants to hang out, now this is my opportunity to share with him some things I've noticed. Hey, I've noticed a few things. I noticed like you don't always text every day. Is that like how you normally text? And so when you say that, it's like more just I'm observing this and I'm wondering what your thoughts are and what you think and is this how you operate? Rather than assuming that he's just this kind of man and how he's messing things up already and he's not doing well. Now, here's the thing. When we shame a man, we are losing the lover version that he might have of you in his mind. A man in his romance phase and era, and same with a woman, you're in a lover type relationship when it's like that romantic beginning. So when you're in that lover phase, that is what a man wants to see you as a lover, not as his mother, not as his manager, not as his teacher or micromanager or his boss, somebody that he's getting in trouble by or there's an authority over, right? Like he wants to see you as this lover girl that he gets to go captivate and pursue and make her have butterflies and make her feel good and have a good time. It's the one area that he craves to really win with and win in. And if he gets any ounce of like he can't win with you, he probably won't stick around. So be very careful. Stay in observer mode at the beginning. Stay having fun and be very careful of shaming. Another thing I want to say, be careful. I guess this would be my point number 3, but be careful of how you speak of men in general around a man you like. If you start saying, my dad was the worst person. Oh, men are bad. That guy's a loser. Oh, what a loser that guy is. Oh, that guy sucks. This guy, and you start saying negative things, or you're even watching a TV show and you go, ew, that guy is so blah, blah, blah. Your guy might like giggle at that. He might laugh or say, yeah, totally. But deep within him, he's thinking, oh my gosh, she might think something like that of me one day. And so instantly, it's like a wall just gets built for him where he needs to protect himself and he's not going to be as open and feel as safe around you. So you want to be very careful because subconsciously that is speaking to a man. Oh, this is how she sees men. This is how she speaks of men sometimes. And that means one day she might speak of me like this. One of these days, she might see me this way. Or if I don't act right or dress right or do whatever correctly, she's going to say things like that about me. Once again, do you think that man is going to want to continue to pursue you? Now, he might at first, but if you do these things enough, because there's always grace and wiggle room, but if you do this enough, it really starts to scare a man away. And the last thing we want is to scare him away. What we want is to wrap him around our finger. And one of the greatest ways to do that is showing so much joy and appreciation to your man for everything that he gives to you, the ways that he makes you feel. When you do that, men literally are like, oh, I want to do more of that. So a lot of girls say, well, how do I get a man to want to like buy me something or pay for something without expressing it? You don't always have to express it. Like, can you buy me this? Can you take me on dates? But you could say something like, I love that one time you took me on a date. Oh, it was the best. Like, you planned the best date ever. I just always think about that day. Do you know what your man's going to do? And then, oh, and here's the key. Now you want to shift out of that topic. I love it. I delight in it. Anyways, so how was talking to your mom today? Did you chat with her? When you change the topic after you delighted in something that you would like to see him do more of, he is not feeling like you're manipulating or you're like trying to beg him for him to do something like that again. No, he is like, oh, whoa, she changed the topic, but now there's a seed planted inside of him. And he's like, oh, maybe I should do one of those dates again. Maybe I should take her out again like that. Maybe I should try doing that again because she really loved that. I want to do more of that. This is a chance for me to be a hero. This is a chance for me to come and win with her, right? So try that out the next time you are talking to a man and you want him to do more for you. Because what are you doing? You're showing appreciation for what he did give to you. You're raving about it. You just think it's amazing. It really made me feel so good. Anyways, how was work today for you? Do you see? That's what I have for you today. I wanted to keep it kind of short and sweet and to the point. I hope this helps you in understanding how men think and understanding how far your sweet little appreciation, looking someone in the eyes, actually showing how something's making you feel with your body language. When you go, oh, thank you. Things like that. Oh, that was so sweet. Oh, you're so kind. You know, like just softening into the receptive mode and showing that appreciation for those things. It will always make him want to do more. It will always make him want to just continue to give to you. But when you put him down, when you criticize him, when he's not enough, not good enough, that is his biggest fear, is to not be enough, to not be good enough for you. And a woman's like biggest fear is to not feel loved and cherished. Tell him all the great things he has done for you and do them so genuinely. And the best way to show that genuinity is by expressing it and then sort of changing the topic so that it's not like I'm fishing for you to like do this immediately, but you are planting powerful, potent seeds to make your man want more and more of you. If you girls are interested in joining my course, the True Femme Academy, it is powerful. I've calculated, and I think there's more, 16 girls who now have rings on their fingers engaged in the last 2 years from my course, and many hundreds in relationships. So if that is something you feel like you need, you're feeling called to join, or you just need something that's going to change and shift and really go deep into these conversations and topics to help you become your most feminine, attractive, magnetic self, go ahead and sign up for the waitlist below. And if we are running a launch right now, be sure to sign up for it. I think that's all I have. So just check the show notes if you want to find all the ways to connect with me and work with me. All right, girls, I love you. I hope this is helpful. And as always, like and subscribe if you want more of these videos. Cheers.